Now, if you've ever had a moment in life where things completely didn't go according to plan, and I mean totally sideways, and you were left wondering, why is this happening to me? Then this episode is for you. We're talking about that powerful mind shift from resistance to acceptance, from control to trust, and how when we stop trying to force life to bend to our will and instead flow with what's unfolding, things often turn out better than we ever imagined. Stick with us to find out how to work with the flow and turn it into a force. Hey there, and welcome to Hope Regained. I'm Christine Boudreau, your host, and this week I've made it to France, so I'm kind of dealing with the hot flashes and the sweat and everything else that comes with the heat down here and all the sun. But that's not going to stop me from connecting with you, and hopefully throughout my visit, we're going to connect with some other people that I know and have them on as guests so we can discuss some of the topics we've gone through in previous episodes and how it's impacted their lives, and get to know some more of my friends and family. But in the meantime, today, we're discussing something that is critical, that I think is really important to bring up. A lot of us get in this mood or funk because we feel like something's happened to us. Things just aren't going our way. But what I want to discuss with you today is that maybe they're happening for a reason. I know you've heard the saying that everything happens for a reason. And I've heard this saying many times as well. And I actually took a step back and started working with that and looking at things differently because of it. And I'm here to tell you that when you do that, sometimes you're going to surprise yourself. So let's talk about it a bit. It can seem a bit cliche. I've heard that from people. Oh, it's just a saying, and you just dismiss it. And it's easy to do when you're going through something terribly painful, which we all do at some point in time. That's a part of life. But stay with me here. Let's stick together. It isn't about pretending that everything is good or that life only hands us what we want. I've heard lots about manifesting and everything else, and sure, that's great, but it doesn't always happen in our timeline either, or what we think is good for us might not be. It's about believing that there's a lesson, a redirection, or even a hidden gift in the things that we didn't ask for. So maybe we can explore the idea that it's not just fate, but an opportunity for growth. We all need to keep growing as people, and finding that opportunity is not something we're always going to look for, because if it's going to cause us distress or pain or hurt or frustration, impatience, all those things, we don't look at it as an opportunity for growth, but it can be. In hindsight, I can look back and see many stories where it's been true in my case, over and over and over again. Once we've had an opportunity to step back after something's happened, we can see, oh, if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't be where we are today or where we needed to be for the great things to happen. It can sometimes lead to unexpected success and true joy that we didn't know existed. We needed that extra nudge. I bet if you think about it, you can find some similar stories in your life. Take that time. I'd love to hear from you some of those stories when it clicked in, not just my own. So the best way to work with that, sometimes it's a matter of the difference between resistance versus going with the flow. When we're upset, it's difficult to see that going with the flow could actually do us some good. So if we looked at that resistance and how it can manifest itself and how we can turn that around into going with the flow. Resistance is when you're going to fight reality. We can only control ourselves and not necessarily the world around us. So when things are happening and you get frustrated and you say, this shouldn't be happening, well, there's sometimes things that we don't control. And if you say, this wasn't the way it was supposed to go, or I can't accept this, you're just blocking and resisting what really needs to happen. It's like swimming upstream. Let's face it, it's exhausting. It's frustrating. And it often does not lead us anywhere. It doesn't get us where we need to be. Instead, it's that need for control, frustration, fear. So now let's look at how it would look if it were going with the flow. The ability to accept, adjust, keep moving forward. Not passively, but intelligently and intentionally, intuitively, staying with the here and now. Imagine this. You're driving. You hit a detour. Resistance is freaking out. I'm going to be late. I'm off course. This is not working for me. Flow is saying, all right, what's the new route? What might I see along the way? Perhaps that detour led you to something better or helped you avoid an accident. So look at it from a different perspective. Missing a flight. Sometimes missing that flight means that you could meet your business partner, your next business partner, or the love of your life. So resistance keeps us locked in fear and panic, whereas flow opens us up to creativity and positivity, and perhaps finding some good in the negative. I like to look at this as a mindset shift. And if we work on creating that mindset shift, that can help bring us through life easier, smoother, less lumps and bumps, I would say. So how do you switch it from why is this happening to me to what is this trying to show me? That helps open up those doors you need. So here are the 3 key mindset shifts I want to share with you. Number 1, shift the question around. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try, what is this trying to show me? How might this be working for me, even if I can't see it yet? Those questions can open doors and create a positive energy so that you don't miss what you need to see or allow to happen. It activates curiosity instead of panic. Number 2, allow the emotions, but don't let them camp out forever. When they camp out, that's when they block you. So you could feel the disappointment, the anger, the upset, the sadness. Those are human emotions that we all have. And that's true to who we are. That's okay. But once you've done that, ask next. Flow doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means feeling and moving along anyway. So once that's all done, you say, what's next? What can I see? Open that mind to what might be coming your way that you never thought would be something so great in your life. Detach from the outcome. And this is a tough one. There are some really horrible things that can happen in our lives. If we stay stuck in it, we can't move forward. Losing a loved one is horrendous. but it's a part of life that's always going to happen, and it's not going to happen on the terms that we want. So instead of wallowing in it, in memory of that person, why don't we turn it into a positive somehow? That's one small example that I can speak out because it's something I've done in my life. If you want something deeply and it still trusts that not getting it might be protection or redirection, one of my favorite quotes is, rejection is just often redirection in disguise. Acceptance lowers the stress and it gives you the opportunity to open creative thinking. At the end of the day, it's about working with life, not against it. Again, we can't control everything that happens in the world. That's not what it's about. We can only control our choices and how we react. So if we're in a situation that we need to move on and things haven't gone our way, then it's about how we react. Going with the flow doesn't mean you're being passive. It's about aligning effort with reality. I know I'm a pretty positive person on the most part, but this is how I do it. It's about rejigging. It's about looking at things with a different pair of eyes, going through that mindset shift. Let's get real. Flowing with life doesn't mean you never take action either. And it doesn't mean giving up. It means aligning your effort with wisdom. It means staying grounded and open to possibilities. There are so many examples of many people in the world, and I'll post them on the website as well, because I don't want to go on and on and on with this for you. But if you dig deep, you can hear stories of really, truly successful people that have done just that. Sometimes it takes the failing to learn the lessons you need to pick yourself back up and be better, or to point you in the direction, the journey, the path that you were really supposed to be on. When you stop forcing things to happen a certain way, you allow life to work for you and with you. So at this time, I'm just going to remind you, we've discussed journaling, and journaling is such a big thing. So now's a good time to see where journaling can be a positive. You can look back if you wrote about an incident that had happened perhaps a month ago and see how working with it and going with the flow has changed things for the better, or has made it easier for you to deal with some of the negativity in your life. You've been able to take some positive from that. That is a good way to reflect. So at the end of the day, the tools I'm going to leave you with today to start with, and this is just something that you can start working on bit by bit. The next time life throws you a curveball, it's warm in here. So here are the 3 tools I want to point out, and you can remember it or take note of it to use the next time something happens, and let us know. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you if it helped and what the outcome was because of these tools. The first one, number 1, the pause practice. When something goes wrong, pause before reacting. Just breathe and ask, what am I feeling right now? And is there another way to look at this? But take that time to stop and breathe. You got to get the heart rate down. Next, try this in your journal. What if this is exactly what I need right now? Writing it out helps when you need to look back and reflect. just to remember. And another question you can ask yourself is, what door might this be opening while this other one is closing? And last of all, create a flow mantra. A going with the flow mantra can help. It can help remind you and trigger what you need at that moment, that bit of strength to push you forward. Life is happening for me, not to me. That's one. Another one, you have to allow yourself to accept and say, I trust the detours. And last of all, another one, and I'm sure you can come up with some of your own, is I don't have to see the whole path to take the next step. Yeah, the unknown can be the scariest part, but sometimes it can come up with the biggest rewards. You always hear that it takes risk for big gain. And that's where it comes from. So it's at the end of the day, I guess one quote I can say is, sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. And that's Dalai Lama that said it. So as you can see, there are a lot of other people that have gone through similar bumps in the road to get to that place where they really needed to be, that they might not have known they needed to be. In closing, the next time life throws you a curveball, ask yourself, can I let this move me towards something better? You might just be surprised what flows your way if you stop fighting it. That's the biggest part. We get stuck in that fighting it and the frustration and the negativity. Take a breath, let it go, and try to open your mind to perhaps this is opening something more positive, to something greater. And I'll work towards that. You may not see the full picture yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not coming together, because a lot of things go on in the background that we don't see. Trusting the process doesn't mean everything's easy. Great things don't necessarily come easily. But trusting it and acceptance and working with it does make it feel lighter. Let's flow with it and not force it. Let's shift and not shatter into pieces. And remember, not everything is good, but good can come from everything, no matter how tough it is. You're worth it. I know you've got this. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. And if you think this episode could help somebody that you care about, please share it with them. And if you've got your own everything happens for a reason story, I love these stories. I love the positive outcomes. And I would love for you to share it with us, either by email on our Connect Us page, contact page, on our website, www.hoperegain.com, or on any of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you can share in the comments here on YouTube as well. I love everything positive. I love the growth that everybody can make forward. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any more of the episodes. Who knows what's going to come up next? And you can find us on all those social platforms as well as your favorite podcast platform. I look forward to spending some more time with you next week. And in the meantime, stay grounded, stay present, stay positive, and stay open. You're worth it.